The Smoke Show. Welcome to the King Joe Sports Show.
Took some overtime to get the time right. Had to lose a little mind to get my mind right. Finally realized, but in hindsight, you wanted the limelight. Me priority never once. You kept close but never really wasn't. I accept your lack of focus, agree with all your choices. Needed you to need me, needed you to see me. Until I found the right direction, I think my reflection would agree. Had to find the me in me.
The Short Sport by King David Jordan.
Right then.
Arrogance is so ignorant, feeling so insignificant when it comes to sin. I'm so belligerent.
It's a sports show. It's King Joe. Smoke show. Y'all been waiting on this one. Let's go.
A moment of silence.
Y'all said y'all wanted to smoke.
My arrogance is so ignorant, feeling so
Y'all said y'all wanted to smoke.
when it comes to sin. I'm so belligerent, so act like you're feeling this.
Welcome to the Smoke Show.
So high, I got you craving. Wonder what?
I'm your host, King Joe. Today, we're gonna get into it. Can Caitlin Clark trade Stephanie White? Angel Reese had the best week of her life. Reese's Pieces.
A moment of silence.
Celebrating. We'll tell them why they should pump their brakes. Y'all know who I am. It's King Joe. Welcome to the sports show. It's your boy King Joe. Y'all see, we got the lightning fly. We got the smoke happening all around. And we're going to have a good time today. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun today. But we come straight at you. If you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe. If you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe button, it's going to be one of them days today. It's going to be one of them days. And I just want to start like this. And I'm coming straight out. This is my smoke. This is my first smoke for the day. First smoke for the day is this. I think I'm starting to agree with everybody else. We got to get rid of Stephanie White. Okay, Caitlin Clark, we saw her in the All-Star draft. We saw her trade her coach, Reese. Now the question is, can she trade her Indiana Fever coach? Because the thing is this. Let's keep it a buck. Let's start from the beginning with this whole Stephanie White, Caitlin Clark thing. Because people want to just start with yesterday's game, which was an embarrassment. Yesterday's game was an acknowledgement that Stephanie White is far not ready to deal with the likes of a Caitlin Clark. And it seems like she's throwing stuff against the wall to hope it sticks. That's why a lot of it's always changing. But let's not start with yesterday and the travesty. We're gonna get to yesterday and the travesty that happened yesterday. But let's start with before the season. Why they hired Stephanie White to begin with? It was to help to develop a young star to reach her full potential. It was help to make a transcendent player on and off the court to help her reach and blossom and to the superstar we all know that she is. It was to help her take the next step in the evolution of Caitlin Clark. That's originally why they brought her here. And if you remember at the beginning of the season, we had a discussion. They had a discussion with Stephanie White, and they asked Stephanie White. They said, hey, they went to all the players. They went to Aaliyah Boston. They went to Caitlin Clark. They went to Kelsey Mitchell. And they said, what do you want? They said, hey, we don't want someone to come in and mess up what we got going on so far. When they sold it to the Indiana Fever fans, when they sold it to the Clarkies, when they sold it to us, they said, hey, Stephanie White, your job is to not mess this up, but to develop the young superstars that we have. To develop the Kelsey Mitchell that we drafted first round. To develop all-star Kelsey Mitchell, all-star Aaliyah Boston, and then transcended all-star Caitlin Clark. We got a big three, and what we don't need you to do is mess it up. We felt like Christy Size took us from being a lower tier team to being a playoff team. We hired you to take us from being a playoff team to being a championship team. And so far, throughout half the season, we're almost at All-Star break. We haven't seen it. We've actually can say, in some instances, we've seen regression. In some instances, we've seen them fall off. Not the dominant team that we saw the second half of last year. So I thought about this all night last night. Y'all know my internet went out. Hey, Catherine, how you doing? August Max, what's going on? I gotta get my bowl from Catherine to speak to Catherine. Hey, Catherine, Ivan Search, how you doing? Great to see you. Mark, what's up? August Max, what's up? All right, let me get back in my bowl. Back in the bowl. But when they brought her in, not to be worse, but they brought her in to take things to the next level. And one of the first things she did, and we should have saw it as a red flag, and we did. A lot of us, and this is what I love. I love Ben. I love Black and White. I love Adrian. I love all the Clarkies. We're some of the most entertaining creators on social media. If you're watching it, the ones of us that cover Caitlin, I call us the CC team, the Caitlin Clark teams, the super team that cover Caitlin, we're some of the best. But what we all have been saying from the beginning, that's why a lot of us speak alike. Y'all might watch my video for my style of how I say it, or y'all might watch Ben on how he said it, or y'all might watch Black and White on how they say it. You might watch different people on how we say it, but we normally come to the same conclusion because we see the same things because we're a little bit more analytical than the media, even though we are a part of it. But we sat there, we said, well, dawg, I know I did. I said, it's a conflict between the team. You got the old guard that they brought in, Sydney Colson, Leslie Cunningham, Latasha Howard, DeWanna Bonner. We need a boo thing for DeWanna Bonner. We brought those in. Those are all Stephanie's girls. We saw DeWanna Bonner last night playing for Connecticut. Those are all Stephanie's girls. We lost Tammy Finn-Bailey that beat us yesterday. Because Stephanie White said, hey, and they used the guys of, hey, we need to get some experience to get them over the hump to the championship. He's like, okay, that makes sense. We young. She used the guys that, hey, I was able to beat them, so I understand what it takes to beat Caitlin Clark. I can help them not fall into the same disaster that they did before. Okay, we got it. We got it. But what we understood, Stephanie, what we know is this. The one was on you. You brought her in. She was a player that you coached last year. You brought her in because she knew your system. We wasted a free agent signing, a top free agent signing, on getting the one. That's on Stephanie White. That's on the front office. Because front office, you guys are just as guilty because you hired Stephanie White. You guys bought into one about her. Which we all said, I sat here on the show at the beginning of the season, that's a red flag. Her fiance or wife or whatever she is, her partner, her life partner, sat there and just said, you're the worst organization, one of the most racist organizations in all of sports. Y'all don't think she feel like that a little bit? I can't, like, that Mercury Fever game is going to be phenomenal. I can't wait for that Mercury Fever game. But the one up on us here said, yeah, the truth gonna come out. Y'all ain't do everything that y'all supposed to do. Truth's gonna come out. I can't wait for that game. That's gonna be smoke all day. But today, smoke Stephanie White. You had a lot of the Caitlin Clark fans, even Indiana Fever fans, because you know there's a difference. But we come together to coincide a big coalition. A lot of them are asking for your job today. And I might have to agree with them. Because what we saw at the beginning, I don't want it. I was going to play a clip. I don't want no clip. We got all the smoke. I got all the smoke out there. I got all the knowledge and smoke up here that I need right now. Keep that camera dead on me. What we saw at the beginning was Caitlin coming out and said, hey, we win if we play with pace. When they beat New York, the interview after the game was, we win if we play with pace. The games when they went out and they blew out teams, they struggled during the preseason. Struggled during the preseason. A lot of the struggling during the preseason was because what? She wanted to slow the game down and run her offense. Ben said her beautiful motion offense, which all of us is like, everybody in the league basically runs the motion offense. And they struggled, and when they came back and they wanted their blood team, Caitlin came after the interview, she said, hey, we play with pace. We play better when we push the ball. Mick made a great point yesterday. Mick said, hey, what he saw was, he said, the team is no longer running with Caitlin when Caitlin gets the ball to run. Y'all remember Kelsey Mitchell used to get really easy buckets last year because Kelsey Mitchell used to be on the front running and Caitlin would hit her with a deep pass? Y'all remember that? All last year, Kelsey Mitchell get easy buckets. Aaliyah would get easy buckets because she was running with Caitlin. Caitlin was jumping and grabbing the rebounds and pushing it up court. $30 points, triple doubles, 10 assists. When's the last time Caitlin had 10 assists? Are we talking real? Can we keep it honest? When's the last time Caitlin Clark had 10 assists? She only had 6 last night. But some kind of way, and then we start, and then because I'm building the case, I'm taking my time, taking 15 minutes to build this case, to show y'all why I'm getting to the outcome that I'm coming to right now. And our grades for half the season, which we'll do a little bit later once All-Star season. If you remember the beginning of the season, Stephanie White wanted to start the one Bonner. And we were sitting here saying, we don't know what's wrong with the one Bonner. I was already saying she's already doing her farewell tour. She got that. She wanted to get that last big payday before she retired. And we was like, where's Lexi? Lexi is the #1 3-point shooter in the WNBA last year. Well, she's number 2 this year, number 2 this year, 50%. She instantly spreads the court. Defense, length, hustle. When you have scores, you need someone that's going to play that spreads the court of 3 and D. But it complements the offense of you running. But that's not what Stephanie wanted. She wanted somebody to know her offense. She wanted someone to run her system. She got Natasha. Natasha's played well this year. But I will say this. The young girl on the bench is coming. Tasha, hey. Hey, Tasha, you do it well. But don't get it twisted. Michaela Tips is coming. But Taylor Tips is coming. You brought in Sid Colson. Why? She brings championship. And I think Sid Colson's actually played decently, especially recently. She's played decent, even though she didn't get on the court last game. Her shots have been falling. She's been consistent. And she brings a little bit of maturity, even though, she did something we didn't like. But she brings a little bit of maturity to the game. You brought in Breonna Turner. We don't even know why you brought in Breonna Turner. A lot of people say it's to fit a narrative. Listen, man, we're not here. Steve, we're not here to fit a narrative. Dave, how you been, brother? Dave, it's been a while. We're not here to fit a narrative. We don't care. We're not. Listen. Hey, if you want to support a certain narrative, if you want to support left, or if you want to support conservatives, or whatever you do, that's your business. Me, I'm a conservative. Me and my house, we serve the Lord. We're conservatives over here, right? A little bit. I got some liberal ways. You know what I'm saying? I believe people have a right to live how they want to live. I'm a Christian, so we leave a little bit more right here in my household because I'm a Christian and we're conservative. But don't bring that DEI, woke, liberalism, all that stuff. We don't care about that if it's not winning. We don't care. I don't care if you're a part of the woke system or you're a part of the conservative system. I want wins. I want you to fit in with the team, and I want you to win the game. I want W's. Let me bringing players in for narratives. We don't give a flip about these narratives. We want, you know what the narrative is? We want championships. That's the narrative. We want W's. The narrative is we want Queen Caitlin to get her rightful spot at the top of the NBA, the face of the league. You brought in literally one of the worst bigs into the organization. Why? To fit in there. That's all on the front office of Stephanie White. Breonna Turner can't find her way on the court right now. The times we put on the court, we was like, oh my God, get her off quickly. Natasha Howard has been serviceable, but she's been very inconsistent. One game, she might get you 15, 18, or 20. The next game, she might get you 5. At least with Michaela Tipson, we know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get hustle. You're going to get defense and athleticism. And did y'all see Michaela Hurd through a loop? I was like, hey, y'all saw Leslie Hurd through Michaela a loop. I was like, oh, shit. And for one second, I thought Michaela was going to catch it. I was like, oh, she might catch it. Did y'all see that in the game? Leslie got on the bro, she threw it up. And I was like, oh, snap, she threw a loop. I was like, oh, this is about to go down. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it was funny. It was like, hey, my instant when I found out that Michaela could dunk, when she threw it up, I was like, oh, this is about to go down. I was like, I had to cut out like, remember, this is WNBA. You know what I'm saying? this is WNBA. Hey, I thought that's crazy. But all this is because of you, Stephanie. People be like, there's no friction. And of course, Caitlin's going to say the right thing in front of media. She's media savvy. She's going to say the right thing. She's going to say the right thing when she gets there. She's going to run again. And I tell y'all all the time, great players will sit there and give your system a shot. They sit there and say, okay, I'll give you a shot. I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it like you want to run it. Make sure if you don't mind, hit the like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I got a new name for I got a new name for Stephanie White. It's Stephanie Westhead White. Why you call her Stephanie Westhead White, kid? Because if you remember, and I had to watch. It's a beautiful show. If you get a chance, go to HBO Max. I think it's back to HBO now. It's HBO Max now. It's not just Max anymore. I think it's HBO Max again. Right? I don't know if y'all remember Paul Westhead. Paul Westhead was a coach for Magic Johnson in the Los Angeles Lakers. He was actually pretty successful. He wasn't a bad coach. Actually pretty successful. And even though they had like a positive season, they actually won a championship together. Like this is, let's break it out. This is the Lakers. This is 1980. The young kids. Let me tell you, because I know I don't got the youngest, the babies. Let me tell you, the Reese's Pieces. I know y'all really young. Y'all know about this. So let me break it out to you. If you haven't seen the show, I'm giving you little clips of the show. All right. Paul Westhead and Magic Johnson, they had a tumultuous relationship, especially the Westhead's tenure as a head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. He was the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, he ended up taking over because the other coach had a freak accident. I think it was on a bicycle or something. I don't know. We don't know what happened. All right, but they actually won that year that he took over for the coach. They won the championship that year in 1980. But their relationship deteriorated in the following seasons due to the fact that Westhead wanted to run his system. So him and Magic Johnson, largely considered before Steph Curry as the greatest point guard, still a lot of people consider Magic Johnson the greatest point guard ever, changed the game. 6'9", bringing the ball up court. All that. Their relationship deteriorated the following season after winning a championship because of a disagreement over offensive strategy. Particularly Johnson, in this case, which is like Caitlin, transcendent player, desire for a faster-paced, more player-driven offense. But Westhead, West Hardhead, West Stephanie White Westhead wanted a more structured, half-court system. Let everybody touch the ball. It led to Magic Johnson requesting a trade. And Westhead being fired. Because Jerry Buss was smart enough to understand Magic Johnson is the franchise. I fire me under the coach. Now it's funny, I said the same story last year with Christy Size. And a lot of us Fever fans and a lot of us Caitlin Clark fans we did not expect to be having the same conversation in 2025 the same way that we had in 2024. Now, what Caitlin did a couple of days ago, we saw it Tuesday, but I think they filmed it Monday. We saw it. I hear you, Dave. Glad to have you, man, Dave. I missed the banter. What we saw Monday, Tuesday, during the draft was, how does Caitlin want to play? How does Caitlin want to play? I want y'all to hear why Caitlin was one of the reasons. Now we know Caitlin and Cheryl Reeve have a lot of history. Not so positive history. And I want to play the video, but I want my video to get dig by YouTube. So we're not gonna play. We're gonna stay. We here. Y'all rock with me. Please hit the like and subscribe. Numbers are going crazy. Welcome to King Joe Smoke Show. It's a smoke show today. We got all the smoke. Angel Reese, we come. I'm taking my time. I'm gonna be here for a while, ladies and gentlemen. So go ahead and just buckle up for your lunch, buckle up for your dinner. But we're gonna be here for a while. I got cut off yesterday by the lightning strikes yesterday. The weather, shout out, first, let me stop. And then in all seriousness, let me say this in all seriousness. Matter of fact, before we get to the smoke, give me some color back in here. Before we I do want to say this before we get here. And listen to me. Our prayers, our thoughts go to our family, our brothers and sisters in North Carolina. Our prayers and our thoughts go to our brothers and sisters in Texas. Everyone that's dealing with loss, with these floods, with the weather, man, y'all stay safe. Be there for one another. Not only is our prayers and thoughts coming, our donations are going that way, our money, we're backing our prayers and our thoughts up. Because a lot of times people say, we'll pray for you, but they don't ever back it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's not scripture. We got to back it up and show love to our brothers and sisters. Even those that we may not agree with their thought process and how they think and how they interact with other people. We still, because we have the love of God and love of Christ, we still want to see them succeed. We still want to see them, want to be there for them in their time of need. So if you're going through something, our prayers is with our military, our country, our president, with everyone. Both sides of the aisle, left and the right. We're praying for our government, our leadership. Prayers with everyone. So our prayers and love go to everyone that's dealing with tragedy right now. We love you guys. We're thinking about you. We're praying for you. We're praying for you. King Joe. I want to take a quick break. Let's give him a silence, right?
A moment of silence.
All right then.
Now we're going today. We're going today. I'm taking my time. I want to get back. I'm finishing stuff right. Then we'll get the Angel Reese in a second. So the Reese's Pieces been adding the food. Y'all been adding the food with Reese's Pieces. And we got you. We're going to talk. But let's go. Stephanie White, this is the issue that we have. You got to be careful, Stephanie Westhead White. Because people are calling for your job, and you can see, if you don't believe me, go watch Sports Illustrated, go watch some of these other broadcasts that's actually showing the clips of the frustration that Caitlyn is having in her interviews. And you can tell, and a lot of people are reading body language. She have her head down. She's not, in certain situations, she's not as, she's as happy. And of course, because of winning and losing. And it's ebbs and flows throughout the whole season. But when you feel like you can play better or do better, and you're being held back, it's nothing more frustrating. It's nothing more frustrating. As a teacher, I was teaching. Even now, I deal with kids 3 times a week that have behavior issues and mental health issues and stuff like that. And there are certain students that I had to recognize that they would act out or they wasn't the best in a structured environment. Now, you had certain students that are just lazy, right? Some students, they lack discipline. And I'm for discipline. I ain't for that mess. But I had certain students that they were in certain environments, they couldn't reach their full potential in certain environments. Sometimes they were so, because I deal with art, I teach arts, media arts, right? So with media arts, I deal with arts, I understood that certain artists needed certain environments. Certain ones needed more structure. They didn't want anything planned. They wanted it quiet. They didn't want a lot of distractions. Then I had other ones that needed music playing. They wanted and I had to find out which one liked which. Because my job as a teacher was to get the best out the students. When I coached, my job as the coach was to get the best out the players. You understand what I'm saying, Stephanie? Now, yeah, I had my rules. I had my 7 Beatitudes. Well, hey, these are non-negotiables. But then I also had enough leeway to say, hey, I'm trying to put everybody in the best position to succeed. And so far, Stephanie White, and y'all know me, I'm the last one. I'm a grace guy. So I give you a lot of rope to hang yourself. I'll give you a lot of leeway. Oh, by the way, y'all get that new du jour. Yeah, that new du jour. Get that new du jour. I'll give you a lot of rope to hang yourself. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give grace. But Steph, you got to figure this out. Quickly. You can't go for a player. I will be honest with you. You know what's crazy? And we're going to get into the Angel Reese thing. You know what's crazy? We got the opposite going on in Chicago that we got in Indiana. All right? It's like the opposite things going on. And in Chicago, do we have the banner? I guess we can use it as a banner. We had the opposite. In Chicago, guess what? In Chicago, we got Tyler Marsh. Listen to this. I want y'all to tell you, I want to show you how crazy this is right now. Stephanie White gets on national at a news conference. She said, Element goes, Element said, she hears you, but she's not listening. Stephanie White gets on her news conference, post-game and pre. This is pre and post, so you know she's serious about this. She said it more than once. She says, hey, and do we have, put in an article so I can read the article I want to give a quote for Athlon Sports. All right, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I want to read the quote to you. I had the actual quote. This is how she justifies how Caitlyn played against the Valkyries. Stephanie White literally got on TV and said, I like the ability to have two primary ball handlers on the floor. Being able to give the opponent different looks. Quite frankly, for Caitlyn, especially not having her to play under the rest 94 feet. We'll continue to work on that. Right? That's what she said. Now, the Fever have fallen to 1-3 to begin their 5-game homestand. And they got Atlanta Dream, one of the top teams in the league, coming to Indiana tomorrow. Right? Now, with that being said, that was her rationale behind starting. And I had to go back and see this. This is crazy. What's the young lady? I'm a huge fan of her. She does a great job of covering not just the W, not just the Heat, the Fever, but she covers the W also. One of the young lady that covers the WNBA. She made it clear, and a lot of other people that's covered the game yesterday made it clear also. They saw it yesterday also as I look for the articles. I'll be wanting to read the stuff as is. Oh, 1 second. I want to read this as is. See if I can find it real quick. In yesterday's article, I see stuff and I clip it. I'll be like, oh, that's interesting. When it's reported, I see stuff reported and I clip it and I'll be like, oh, that's interesting. In yesterday's article, a young lady that covers the W, she said that Stephanie White, when she did her starting lineups, she didn't want to take Ari McDonald out the starting lineup. We're going to get there. So she started Ari. She started Kelsey, Ari at the 1. She started Kelsey at the 2. And ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't believe this. When she reported this before the game. So that means that this was legitimately thought of and this was strategy. She started Caitlyn at the 3. At small forward. Then she went with Natasha Howard and Aaliyah Boston as your bigs. And we all had said we were excited to see how it would go with Caitlyn, Ari, Kelsey on the floor, and how they run up and down the court. But we a little bit smart. We understand. Like, yo, but hey, we weren't saying we want that to be the starting lineup. we know that's not something that you need to have as the starters. That's just something you put in to change the pace. You put it out when you need to run a little bit. You need to get the tempo. And they started out running. And this is the crazy thing. They started out running. And then all of a sudden they stopped. That's the crazy thing. They started out running, then you stop. You literally called, I don't know if you called a timeout. I think Stephanie called a timeout. One of them called a timeout. It stopped running. Because we're sitting there like, what in the world? How does this happen? Caitlyn scores 5 points in the first 3 minutes of the game. 2 assists, and I think she had like 2 rebounds. And you stop, oh, no, we don't want this. You're up by 9, 10, I think got up to 11? Those 9 points. No, we don't want this. And Natalie, the Valkyries coach, is like, okay, cool. And I know what freaked you out, Stephanie. I know this is the one thing that freaked you out. This is the one thing that has you up late at night. They did one thing and you didn't know how to adjust. Your adjustment was, okay, we need to go to something else. Let's go to my offense. All they did was they trapped Caitlin Clark. Meaning, they did that all year last year. They guarded her, and Caitlin would go. When Caitlin to run your offense, go to the side, to the corner right there, they trapped her. And we used to always say last year, we was like, first thing that came to my mind was, don't start running to the corner, Caitlin. Go to the middle of the floor. Now, why wasn't the high screen and roll ran? We all coaches, we know this. We know, hey, when you run it, they ready to trap. They want to trap you on the sideline because the sideline's an extra defender. They got 2 for defenders right here. That's a great diamond trap. So you don't want to go to the sideline. You want to go to the middle of the floor. If you get to the sideline, somebody got to come out top. You got to throw it over top to the person at the top of the key. Now you're into your offense, and now you have an advantage. Now you really want to go pace and push the ball up because you have an advantage. Because now, why? They got 2 players and they in scramble. Somebody's open. But rather than have Lexi Hall out there, who's a 50% three-point shooter. I know she shot 1 for 3, 1 for 3, 1 for 4 yesterday. But you have a 50% three-point shooter out there, or Sophie Cunningham, who's kind of been iffy this year from 3. But you get one of them out there instead of having them. You got Iron McDonald out there. Instead of running a high screening roll with Aaliyah Boston, because the truth be told, Stephanie White, your offense, your motion offense isn't going to take you to the championship. That high screening roll with Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark will. And you overreacted. And you poured her. Now I want to pull up stats now. I got you. Thank you guys. Please hit the like and subscribe. Please hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys, man. We've had 5 people subscribe since we've been on so far. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks to the new subscribers. Appreciate you guys for joining us today. If you don't mind, if you don't find it remiss to hit the subscribe button, it will be greatly appreciated. Thank you to everyone on X. Make sure y'all hit that follow button on X too. Thank you. All this is going on, and we're seeing everything that's happening. Stuff we're seeing it happen. We're seeing what's going on. We're seeing how people are interacting. I just turned it on, Ella. I just literally turned it on. We thought about it at the same time. I just turned it on. We actually seen it happen. We actually saw it happen real time. And we're sitting there saying, okay, this is interesting. How long is this going to work? You sat there. You have all-star Caitlin Clark. You have all-star Kelsey Mitchell. You have all-star Aaliyah Boston. You have Natasha Howard, former all-star. You have Lexi Hall this year, who a lot of people thought should have been an all-star. She's in the top voters, right? So you have all these players, and the person that you play the most is someone that wasn't even a part of the team at the beginning of the season. The person that you have the most confidence, right, is the person you have the most confidence on your team. Is it one of the all-stars? Oh no. It's not one of the best players one of the 3 best players. You got 3 of the best players in the W on your team. Right? And I called this out with the last game before this, the Indiana play. And I was like, what is Stephanie White doing when she called the play, and the news reporter called her out and said, did you mean to call that play for Iron McDonald for that 3? You know, she was struggling throughout the game shooting the 3, and you called the play for her to shoot the 3. to win the game. She's like, yeah, we did. And then she tried to go out and say, hey, we try to get the players. No. No. Now, if she's hot, I get it. But she was, at that time, she was like one for something for threes. So you have all three of your all-stars out there. Now, please tell me how Aaron McDonald plays the entire first half. Majority of the third until you guys are down 15 points and you go, oh, we down 15 and we hadn't scored in 3-4 minutes. Maybe I need to put the original, let me put last year's lineup in there. No Dunton, who just scored 35 freaking points in the AmeriCup game, and then 35 points. It gotta be. They like, well, why did they leave for the America's Cup? Because they get a chance to play and showcase their talent. These coaches in the WNBA are some of the worst coaches I've seen in the world. No, bar none. You can tell it's agenda-driven when it comes to coaches. These are some of the worst coaches. I said that watch Washington. Was it Johnson, the brother? I saw that watch the brother coaches the other night when they played Chicago. Now I'm looking at him like, man, what are you doing? You got Slim playing once again. I don't know why all these coaches want to run the same motion offense where they have their best players and the person that should have the ball in their hand run the off ball. That never makes sense to me. What is this thing where I want my best player not to have the ball in their hands? I said that while Sidney Johnson take the ball out of Citron hands and take the ball out of Slim hands. And I'm like, what are you doing? Who are these guys? These guys are frauds. They be like, well, they coach at Princeton and they coach. Man, these secondary schools they coach for. And we started to say, Stephanie, we know you have a good pedigree. We know you came and you played. You was a great player. But Stephanie, come on now. You got to get your best. The number one thing is get your best player the ball in their hands. But you sitting up there making statements talking about, I want another primary ball. You got Caitlin Clark on your team. A great passer, a great point guard can take your team to the next level. If you don't believe me, go watch Jason Kidd and the New Jersey Nets. There was no way New Jersey was taking the ball out of Jason Kidd's hand. We don't have time to be playing. We wanted to have a home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Now we barely skate. We in like 7th position in the playoff. We barely skating in. We came in the season, y'all told us that we had a top tier team ready to compete for a championship. And I'm telling y'all, this is one thing I ain't heard a lot of us say. And I'm telling y'all now, the one advantage that Indiana had last year, and there was God saying when Caitlin didn't make the Olympic team, they had a whole month to come together, and for Christy Sides to finally be like, oh snap, okay, maybe the best thing is for me to let her have the ball. I never forget Christy Sides was sitting down. I remember during the summer, they were sitting down at the gym. Both of them, Caitlin and Christy Sides, were sitting down in the gym. They both had their bats sitting down on the floor, bats in the water. I said, that's the best thing that can happen. I hold Caitlin and said, just give me the ball and get out of the way. We're not hating. We're just Jehovah's a star. We're not hating. We're just observing and saying, okay, who does? All right, I'm gonna kill Jehovah real quick. Jehovah, let me get Tyler Marsh with the Chicago Sky wants Angel Reese to have the ball in her hands more than Stephanie White of the Indiana Fever wants Caitlin Clark to have the ball in her hands. Tell me where that makes sense. Please tell me how that makes that ain't a hill of beans. You have the most everybody in the league, even Caitlin Clark haters, right? Even Caitlin Clark detractors sit there and say, what Kennedy Clark said last year? All she can do is pass and shoot threes. Even had the biggest haters say, that girl can pass now. Even the biggest detractors like, oh, she could pass that thing. But you feel like your system is better than getting the player on the court that finds everybody. And this is what I know about Caitlin. This is what, if you watch her and you study Caitlin like I do, and you look at it, if somebody gets hot, she has no problem feeding Kelsey the ball if Kelsey's hot. She has no problem getting the ball to Aaliyah. Y'all remember the All-Star game last year? We're going to get to the All-Star trade, too. Y'all remember the All-Star game last year with Enrique? What was Caitlin? Man, we throw Enrique the ball. Every time we get it, throw it to Enrique. Get her the ball. She hot. Get the ball. She hot. And if you want to say, hey, where was Aaliyah Boston? Aaliyah Boston didn't get any touches. You didn't run. They did high screening rolls. They were crashing down on Aaliyah Boston. See, this is why we watched the game. Every time the ball went down that low on Aaliyah Boston, what they were doing? They were crashing down on Aaliyah Boston. We missed some open threes, but they were crashing that. So what do? You adjust. You say, okay, cool. If they're going to crash, if we try to post Aaliyah, they're going to crash. Let's run the high screening roll to get Aaliyah some touches. Aaron McDonald took more shots than Aaliyah Boston. Y'all, let that sink in. Aaron McDonald, who wasn't even on a team at the beginning of the season, took more shots than Aaliyah Boston. Y'all tell me what that's a winning formula. Let me know where that's a winning formula. And people try to say, well, if he read it right, they say Caitlin better. She don't talk about it. Ain't good. Aaron McDonald played more minutes than Caitlin Clark. I told you. I tried to tell you. I told y'all 2 videos ago. I said, listen, Stephanie White is more comfortable with Aaron McDonald because she runs her system. She would rather coach without Caitlin because guess what? She's used to that style of play. They get to play mucking up basketball when they roughing, and you try to keep the other team down from scoring. You try to keep it low scoring. You try to keep it in the old 80s, what we call old 80s NBA. I know a lot of y'all was born in the 80s. A lot of my friends were born in the 80s. She wanted to do old 80s NBA. Old New York Knicks style, old Miami Heat style. Not the new New York Knicks. Not the Jalen Brunson. Well, kind of still. The New York Knicks still kind of play the same way. But not the Jalen. But I'm talking about the old Patrick Ewing. Beat them up, bruise it, win with defense. Y'all can sit, like, even if you don't like Caitlin like that, you at least should say, hey, man, Aaliyah Boston got 6 shots. 8 shots altogether. Natasha Howell got 4 shots. That's just basketball. You got a star player, basketball, get him the ball, let him do his thing. If you got a special player, you got a Kobe Bryant, you got a Michael Jordan, you got a Steph Curry, you got a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you got a special player, you give him the ball and let him do it. You Magic Johnson, Magic go out there and create offense for him. Magic is going to create an offense for you. He's going to create looks for you because he's Magic Johnson. Jason Kidd created looks. Jason Kidd he had some amazing wing players. He had he had amazing players. He had Vince Carter. He had Kenyon Martin. They were running the wings. And Jason Kidd, man, it was exciting basketball. That was crazy. Them New York, hey, if y'all don't know, go back and check out the New Jersey Nets videos where Jason Kidd was running point, and he had Kenyon Martin Kittles, and he had Kenyon Martin and I just said his name, and Air Canada, Vince Carter on the wings. Go check that out. See how that works. Well, we got so much smoke. The camera going out. That's what I'm talking about. We got so much stuff. The camera going out. But that's what I'm talking about. Go check it out. Watch out how Jason Kidd was running that thing. It took them to the NBA, it took them to the NBA Finals. They just so happened to run into Shaq and Kobe. Go watch it. Go watch Steve Nash. That was the video she should be watching. Steve Nash, back to totally 7 seconds. Now you sit here telling me I got Timpson who's athletic. I got Leah Boston who can run the floor and dominate. I got Lexi Hall who can shoot a 3. I got Kelsey Mitchell who's one of the fastest players in the league, and I got Caitlin Clark. And we scored what? What did we score? Oh my God. She should be fired. I'm sorry, guys. And we scored 61 points. Yeah, she should be fired. I'm sorry. Get Stephanie White up out of there. I'm sitting here looking, I'm like, wait a minute now. We got to get Stephanie White up out of here. I try to give her grace, but I don't think about it. She got to go. You got Kelsey Mitchell. You got Leslie Hall, the number 1 3-point shooter in the league. Kelsey Mitchell, one of the fastest players in the league. Aaliyah Boston, one of the most dominant players, NBA players and gifted players that we see, one of the most gifted bigs, a number 1 draft pick. Then you got Caitlin Clark. And you scored 61 points. It wasn't like the Valkyrie had 90. It was 80-61. That's an indictment. I told you I'm taking my time today. I ain't rushing. I still got the Angel Reese. I ain't leaving until we talk about the Angel Reese situation. Because them Reese's Pieces, y'all acting crazy, right? I got it. Y'all pumping y'all chest. I see you. You should. Get it in. Right now, though, we got issues in Indiana that we need to discuss. And it's starting with the top. Where you at, Lynn Dunn? I need you to go do an interview or something. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. Las Vegas, what did we score? 87? Yeah, man. There's no way we should score less than 88 points. I've been saying I say really no less than 90. We should score, 75-80. That's a bad night for us. We scored 60. We scored 60. If I could quote that bad man down low, if I could quote that man in the paint, that big man in the paint, Brittany Griner. And the famous words of Brittany Griner, be better. Be effing better. That's funny to me. Hold on. That's funny to me. It ain't funny to y'all. That's funny to me. Okay. People just be like, oh, y'all just blame the coach. Yeah, we blame the coach on this one. We blame the coach. We've all said Caitlin has to shoot better. She's going through a sophomore slump. It's cool. We understand it. It's going to come. And when it comes, it's going to come. But this is the thing, though. It's different when it's a sophomore slump and she's just shooting bad than she's been schemed out the game. And right now, she's standing in the corner and been schemed out the game. And you know what teams are doing? Let me tell you what teams are doing. This is why it's hard for that offense to work for Caitlin. Because what they're doing is they're putting a bigger player on Caitlin, right? They're putting a bigger, like tonight, watch tomorrow night. They're going to put Ryan Howard on Caitlin more than likely. When you play Caitlin off ball, Ryan Howard's on Caitlin, and she's fronting Caitlin. She's trying to deny her the ball. So now Caitlin has to work way hard because you're hoping when it happens is you get the ball, what they do is they throw it up top, Aaliyah Boston holds the ball, and they want to do a handoff. Where Aaliyah uses her body to screen off the handoff. Now, what we're getting is a lot of offensive fouls going the other way. Illegal screens. That's one. Secondly, they're holding Caitlin. They're getting up in there. They're holding her. They say grab, because the refs ain't good enough to call it. Right? So they say grab. When you get it, when she goes off, so Caitlin's had to push off, get off, push off, go through a screen that's not really a good screen to begin with. We don't even set good screens. Y'all remember last year? Even Chrissy Sasson said, hey man, we just did for a month, we just working on screening. Setting good screens. And you want Caitlin to run off of those bad screens where they're holding her and they have the best lengthy defender on her, and they're trying to deny her the ball. So what you're doing is you're running an offense where you say, hey, we want her off ball. They're ball denying her, so she's never touching the ball. So that means that your most dynamic ball handler isn't touching the ball. I've been talking about this for an hour. This is basketball 101. Natalie Sasaki said, okay. Woo, dodge that one. Before we had the trap. Now you put her, now we don't even have to trap. We just put her in the corner, just ball deny. Now, the Valkyries has the second best defensive rating in the league. And the best field goal defense. So, I mean, they play D. Listen, when they beat Caitlin the first time, the Caitlin scored 11 points, 3 out of 14. This is what Sasaki said. She pointed to a group's physicality as a major reason for success against the league's premier perimeter players. I mean, you guys saw what we're doing. We're being disruptive. We know Caitlin doesn't like physicality. We know she wants to get to that left for step back. I watched her an hour. She loves that left step back. It's almost like a layup for her. So we're just trying to make sure she wasn't getting into rhythm, and then she would see multiple bodies. They were hitting Caitlyn and stopping her from getting. All they want to do, they was grabbing her head. The bow tie. Listen to, I want you to read this article. This is CBS Sports. Listen what CBS Sports said. Let me read this article, CBS Sports. They said the Valkyries didn't change their strategy. Winston Clark Arley had a ball to piece, but she was on the floor. She often saw multiple defenders and was being bumped, jostled, or held, whether she was on or off the ball. In the third quarter, Caitlyn tried to drive and was cut off by Kayla Thornton, who reached in and smacked her on the side, leading to a turnover. Later in the third, Caitlyn was once knocked off stride as she tried to drive, this time by Carla Liette, while Clark eventually worked her way into a look she's capable of making. It was a tough runner with the hand in her face on multiple bumps. Clark could easily argue that both of these plays, particularly the first one, should have been called fouls. They know the league is not good enough to call these fouls, but they were not. The Fever were held to a low of 26 points on Wednesday. Their ability to shut off the paint, they allowed 28.1 paint per games. That's what they did. Them girls bad. I told y'all, Natalie Nasaki is she's coach of the year for the beef so far. Half the season, Natalie Nasaki is coach of the year. Anytime the Fever got in the paint or even tried, the Valkyries would instantly collapse and swore the ball. What I tried to tell y'all with Aaliyah, when you try to go down and put it down, they initially try to swore the ball. The Fever shot 13-29 in the paint, 15-41, 2-pointers. Not only does the Valkyries' activity together prevent teams from getting clean looks in the paint, but it also forces them to poor mid-range shots. Clark got a step on Caitlyn's chin, but three Valkyries immediately slid over to offer help. Instead of trying to finish the traffic, Clark settled for a step-back jumper. Guess how she got away? Guess how she got away? They read the high screening roll. Clark wasn't the only person that struggled. Again, they held a center star was limited to 2 for 8 shooting in her worst offensive outing of the season. This is what the coach said. This is Veronica Burr said. We asked a lot of Tammy Finbele, Monique Billings, and Letitia Emmett here, and they execute. They come in every single day and cover for us. They are holding her purposely when you're off the ball. You try to run off screens and she's been held. The referees aren't good enough to call it. They barely, listen, the WNBA referees barely can call obvious fouls. You know what I'm saying? Obvious fouls. What's the gender idea of Caitlin Clark? It was a blitz to pick and roll essentially. So when they took out the pick and roll, they put on the corner. That's what they wanted to do. You're supposed to devise a scheme to help her. Stephanie Westhead. They said she got a special whistle. This is what we're trying to say, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm low. You got 3 All-Stars. If they're blitzing Caitlyn, that means that Kelsey's open. That means that Aaliyah should have a game. That means that Lexi should have some threes. Natasha should have some lanes. But they ain't have none of that. None of that. The crazy thing is, watch how we run to this. Crazy thing is, what we're seeing, Stephanie, A lot of people are starting to say this is looking like sabotage. A lot of people try to say this is looking like sabotage. The biggest issue that a lot of Indiana Fever fans, the Clarkies, have felt like, hey man, the WNBA doesn't want Clark to be successful because it causes them to have to be more responsible. And guess what? The WNBA PA is not smart enough to understand, hey, if Caitlin Clark's more successful, we'll get more money. And it's getting to the point now that we're asking, can Caitlin trade Stephanie White? Can we trade coaches? That's what we want to know. Can we trade Stephanie? Can Caitlin trade Stephanie White? That's really what Caitlin's trying to give y'all an example of in the All-Star game. Y'all see how I trade him? I don't care. I need to trade Stephanie White right now. Last thing on this, and then we're gonna move on to the injuries. I spent an hour on that. I didn't mean to spend an hour, but we did. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, please. If you get it, don't mind hitting the like and subscribe. Let's go to the injury situation. Before we get there, now the last thing on this Caitlin Clark before we go to injuries. If you saw Caitlin Clark on that trade show when she traded the coach, she told you why she traded her. She told you why she picked the team that she picked. She told you how she wants to play. Now, I know her and Reese have had some beef before. Like, we know this. Everybody know her and Reese have some issues. And part of the reason they have issues is because of what Reese did to Caitlin last year in the All-Star game when she had them picking up Caitlin 94 feet in the All-Star game. And Caitlin was trying to tell, they was trying to, like, listen, man, I'm going to give y'all some of y'all already know why Caitlin traded Reese, right? Half of that has to do with last year's All-Star game when Reese was guarding Caitlin 94 feet, and Caitlin was like, it's an All-Star game. The people came to see us put on a show. They came to see the deep threes. Well, this is, and you know what the WNBA trying to say? Well, this is the best. This will be the best. And these are lies that the kickers, man. These are narratives that they try to get like we idiots. This is the best team we've placed before the Olympics. This will help us get trained for the Olympics. We're going to run our game plan on the Olympics. We knew that was a bunch of bull. 94 feet at the beginning of an All-Star game? But Caitlin sat there and said, listen, I'm trading Reese because I don't like her, and she said some crazy stuff, and then you can have her. You got Fisa, you can have her. Y'all got her, you got her. I'm good. You got, and she really did that with a lot of players on here, too. She was not putting anybody on her team that she thought had some ill will. Nafisa, you can have her. You can have her, Nafisa. And then she goes, give me New York coach, Bratalelli. I cannot say that lady name for her. She said, give me Sandy Bordello. Give me Bordello. And you know why she said give me Sandy Bordello? She said because I know she get out and run. We'll push pace and she'll let us play freely. Listen to me now. That's what Caitlin said that she wanted in a coach. You know what Sandy Bordello said? She said, listen, she said, she was happy. She said, I got traded. My son hit me up and hit me up. I created history. This is awesome. I got traded as a coach. I get to coach Sabrina and Caitlin Clark in Indianapolis. We'll go out there and have fun. That's one thing I did like about Christian Science. Christian Science, by the end of the year, was like, hey, man, we need to go out here and have some fun. You're like, we're going to go out there and have some fun. But Caitlin Clark said, hey, I know she'll let us play freely. She'll let us get up and down. We got a young team. All the players that she selected were young players that gets up and down. She selected Aaliyah. She selected Citron. She selected Kelsey. She selected Sabrina. She selected a young squad that can run the floor and give her every pitch. She's like, yeah, she can run the floor pretty good. That's the way she wants to play, Stephanie. Stephanie! That's the way she wants to play, Stephanie. She's sending you subliminals. She's sending you subliminals, Stephanie. Yeah. It wasn't just about the snubs. It's about the fact that last year, during the thing, they guarded Caitlyn 45 feet. And that was Reese. Reese was like, hey, why that guard her? We don't want to. After the negative stuff she said, Reese was trying to set the example on Caitlyn why she should make the Olympic team. And she didn't forget it. Caitlyn picked a fast team, a fast lineup. And what it does is it shows you the way she would like to play. And it's not a slow down. It's a get up and down the court lineup. No, Nafisa Collier, Nafisa Collier, we have a right to, Nafisa, I understand. First of all, I'm a huge Nafisa Collier fan. I think she's one of the best players in the league. She's struggling a little bit right now. I still think she's one of the best players in the league. Still slightly, yeah, she's ahead in the MVP candidate. I think she's still number one in MVP, right, as of right now. But let me say this. Nafisa, y'all are kind of being shady with the unrivaled thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you to wear the shirt during the WNBA All-Star selection and you to be picking players based upon the unrivaled situation. Oh, I play with my unrivaled teammates. You know, we got the hours and like all that's kind of disrespectful. If I'm the WNBA, I'm like, I'm cutting that mess out. I'll be like, you got to cut that mess out. Right? Could y'all imagine getting on, being a part of the NFL and you sitting there saying, hey, I'm playing, shout out to my Canadian team. Man, please, they would cut you. You have to leave. Can you imagine the NBA get on the talk about, hey man, this is about the Big Three. Big Three five. Listen, man, Big Three five. What was the young lady? Rachel. They fired Rachel from 2K. They fired her because she texted about the WNBA. She was texting. They fired her. But if you look at Caitlyn's picks, she got a fast team that can push the ball, that likes to shoot threes. That's the way she wants to play. Even for her pick for the coach, the pick for her coach says, Stephanie White, I am looking for a coach that can coach someone fat that wants to get up and down the court, shoot three, and play fast. Caitlyn is very smart. She's sending subliminals, guys. She just didn't say hate it. She didn't send smoke towards Reeves. She sent smoke to the Indiana Fever organization and to her coach to say, hey, I will get rid of you or you will get rid of me. And some people, I know Mitt was talking about trading Caitlyn. Mitt, we're not trading Caitlyn. Listen, anybody that trades Caitlyn Clark just off of business reasons are foolish. Caitlyn Clark is easily going to make Indiana, the city of Indiana, downtown Indiana, she's making them millions and millions of dollars. She's totally affecting the economy. I think what the economy says she's giving $1 billion to the economy. She's affecting the whole economy of Indiana right now. The entire color. Indiana tomorrow, Indiana, downtown Indiana is going to be packed. Because Caitlin's playing. The shops, this is good for the shops, it's good for the stores, it's good for the economy, it's good for every place down there. He's like, if you don't use it, just trade it. If Indiana trades Caitlin Clark, Indiana is the dumbest franchise in the history of franchises. I just don't think they're that. I don't think they're that. Now, they've been very, 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 don't get it twisted. They've been borderline. They've been borderline inadequate. You know what I'm saying? They've been borderline suspect. But I'm just saying, I don't think they that dumb. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Now, they made some questionable decisions recently. I don't think they're that crazy to be like, say, we'll trade Caitlin Clark. And I'm hearing people say trade Caitlin Clark. Y'all are out your minds. From a business standpoint and a basketball standpoint. Y'all that's just plumbed on. Anybody that says trade Caitlin Clark, that's strictly hate. Do not listen to these idiots. That's strictly hate. %. Don't do it. And don't think that these teams would be like, oh, y'all trade Caitlin, man, we'll give you 4 first rounds. You got to have our next 3 first rounders, and you can have our top players. Here you go. Every player, I think the only team that may not trade for Caitlin Clark, maybe Dallas. I don't know. I think Dallas will trade Paige Beckers for Caitlin. I had to get 2 ones with that, though, Dallas. I had to get 2 ones. You get Caitlin to Dallas, you know what kind of mess that it would be? We don't understand. I don't understand it either. And like I said, and this is another thing too. Let's go here too. Another situation is this. Let's get to it. So, I think at the end of the day, there are gonna have to be some decisions made. There are gonna have to be some obvious decisions that needs to be made. All right, obvious decisions. And I think there will be obvious decisions that's made. What I think we also have to do is we have to understand that when we talk about Caitlin Clark, we're talking about what they have going on. We're talking about how efficient and prolific she is as a player. You got to stop that. You got to stop at that. And I think, like I said before, I think it's very ironic that, very, very ironic that someone like Tyler Marsh wants Angel Reese to have the ball in her hand, but Stephanie White is looking to have someone else facilitate the offense to get the ball like it. I understand that. It never made sense to me. It still doesn't make sense to me. It still doesn't make sense. What it shows is that Tyler Marsh thinks that Angel Reese is a bigger, better player than Caitlin Clark. The Chicago Sky franchise sees something in Angel that the Indiana Fever is denouncing in Caitlin Clark. This is why a lot of people feel as if there's sabotaging going on with Caitlin Clark. She doesn't fit a certain narrative that people want to have when you deal with Caitlin Clark. And while we're going through the coach wanted to take the ball out of her hands in Indiana. And we're going through a rough stretch with Caitlin. We have another organization that is now 6-14. 6-14. They're saying that we got a superstar on our team. And Tyler Marsh is sitting there and saying, Angel, you are that. You are that girl. We're going to get you more involved. We're going to get the ball more in your hands. We're going to get you the ball more. We're going to get you to play more. And what Tyler Marsh is doing is what Tyler Marsh is doing with Tyler Chicago Sky, someone who's showing you that they believe in a player, that they're backing a player. What they're doing, the difference between how Tyler Marsh them and Chicago is treating Angel Reese and how Indiana at this current time is treating Caitlin Clark is night and day. And right now, Tyler Marsh as a coach is projecting nothing but stardom to Angel Reese. All we see now is they are projecting positivity, a conducive environment, a situation of a positive circle around Angel Reese that we don't have around Caitlin Clark. Now, don't get it twisted. Angel got trolls for days. I'm one of them, one of the trolls, right? I troll Angel in love, right? Because people think I hate Angel. I do not hate anybody. That's first and foremost. I have not one hatred bone in my body for anybody. I'm a fan of Indiana and Caitlin Clark, and her nemesis is Angel Reese. So just out of fandom, I have fun trolling Angel Reese. But it's all in love. When I say I want to see everybody win, I think everybody can. I'm not one of those ones where I think you got to put the work in. No, you got to be, I ain't just about giving stuff. And this ain't that. This ain't, we just going to DEI something. You got to work for it. You got to put the work in. You got to put the work in. And if you guys look at my critiques of Angel Reese, it's never been, this or that, just hate. It's always been, okay, you got that spot. I need you to put that work in. Like everybody talking about, she balling now. I was like, well, where's that at the beginning of the season? Yeah, that was people say her wrist was hurt, and I give it to her. Like, well, y'all can have that. Y'all can have her wrist was hurt. People say her wrist was hurt and all that stuff. Y'all can say that. I get that. She couldn't really rehab and stuff like that. But me, I felt like there's a lot of distractions during the offseason. She need to be in the gym. Now we seeing that she's in the gym. You start to see, okay, she's playing a little. She can hit a layup. She's in the gym now consistently. Now she's actually hitting some layups. Now she's still not doing it at a rate that she should be, but she looks a little better. But one thing Angel Reese has in the corner going for her is, one, she wants it. I give it to her. I give her that. Like, I be seeing, like, but Tyler Marsh, her coach, and said, all right, cool. You're that star. Don't leave, Dave. Stay with me. We get some. Stay with me, Dave. You're that star. Right? Her coach has perpetuated an atmosphere of positivity that allows, right? That allows Angel Reese to thrive. They got rid of Kennedy Carter. They shun that big 6'7", long, can run the court, soft hands around the rim. They were shunned. You have a Cardoso. They were Sean Cardoso. To see Angel Reese succeed. They are fully behind. Chicago has one of the worst records in the league, and this guy are fully behind this young lady. She was shooting 20% at the beginning of the year. And they stuck with her. They said, we're going to give you the ball more, Angel. And I'm sitting there like, you got a Cardoso. Nah, we're going to run it to Angel. So y'all think I don't want Angel to see. I like what Angel does well. Because when Caitlyn beats her, it just shows that Caitlyn's that much man. It's just fandom, man. We just fans. I'm a Cowboy fan. I love Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is amazing. But I don't root for that Negro. Get him up out of here. I'm a Cowboy fan. I love Jaden Daniels was my favorite college football player when he played at LSU. I was telling everybody, hey, man, Jaden Daniels is going to be that one. He going to be that one. Now he played for Washington. I don't root for Jaden. Because I'm a Cowboys fan. You know what I'm saying? But Angel Reese is in this. It don't matter if she does good or she does bad. They try to get Angel the ball. We're not crashing out. We're just recognizing what we're seeing. Jehovah, we're seeing people. We're seeing how they're doing. Just be real, Jehovah. Keep it honest. Look at how Chicago's treating Angel Reese, and look how Indiana's treating Caitlyn this season. Because what Reese's Pieces don't like is this, right? Because, like, y'all do know, like, you know, because Reese's Pieces is throwing shots at Caitlyn. Oh, was like Caitlyn averaging 18, you know, she's averaging 18.95, you know what I'm saying? She's almost averaging a double-double, too, you know what I'm saying? She's averaging 18.95. You know what the Reese's Pieces say? Yeah, but she got turnovers. But now Angel Reese is leading the league in turnovers, overall turnovers. She passed Jackie. Her and the Port got a neck and neck. Yes, thank you. You put it. Let me read it. Let me get this. Just a kid. We got your stuff coming, man. We appreciate what you bring to the show, bro. Let me read this. I'm gonna read this. I know I'm only supposed to read this in super chats. He said, "Great analysis. You're right. Athletically challenges, as Angel Reese says, both the current and prior coaching staff had ultimate faith in her. They have legitimately built and said, Angel. Did y'all see when Tyler Marsh gave Angel that pep talk after the game? Go look online. Go look online and go watch Tyler Marsh gave a pep talk to Angel Reese. And he said, you are that girl. You are the one. He told Angel in front of the whole team, we're building around you. Six to 14. And let's not be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that has got them to 6 to 14. But guess what? She's an all-star. She's rebound Reeboks. The Angel Reese rebounding. Right? And now she's on the cover of 2K26. And last night, Chicago's been celebrating all of the above. Don't get twisted. Indiana does a little something for Caitlyn there. Like, you know, they all wore Caitlyn's shoe. Them joints high. I'm still trying to get that Kobe. That Kobe shoe. So at the end of the day, Angel Reese leads the turnovers. Team is 6 and 14. All this, but her organization has supreme confidence. Hey, we backing you, girl. Her fans, the Reese's Pieces, oh, they all down. No, Angel, the greatest thing since, hey, have you seen his last 5 games? Oh, I want the smoke. Have y'all seen the last 5 games? Y'all see the last 6 games? Hey, she keep putting them together. We ain't gonna be able to say, y'all can't say nothing. Yes, we can. Y'all 6-14. Yes. Y'all might want to do like we do it. Like how we mad because we won game under 500. Y'all might want to be mad doing like us. We trying to fire a coach. Y'all like, hey, Tyler Marsh, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, Tyler Marsh is doing much better. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I be watching y'all videos. I watch y'all videos. Tyler Marsh is doing much better. He put them in a position to win. You know what I'm saying? We ready to get rid of. We trying to get Stephanie up out of there because we want championships. You know, Reese Pieces, we want the smoke. They have made Angel Reese the focal point of the Chicago Sky. Everybody else be darned. The focal point. Kennedy Carter, you got to go because this is my Angel. You said. Cardosa, we know we chose you first. But listen, you not Angel. You sit on the bench. You done came back, played last night, shot a holler, was 3 for 3. Hot. Hitting every shot. Listen, the reason, what's her name? Not Banner. Rebecca, hold on. Let me go to Chicago Sky game last night. And it showed me, like, you know what I'm saying? Rebecca Allen, what got Rebecca Allen hot was Cardosa. They crashed out on Cardosa. Cardosa hit 3 shots in a row. They crashed out Cardosa. Cardosa made an ill pass across the court. She saw one go in, and she's like, oh, let's spread. Oh, this is crazy. I got wide open shots. And I'm going to tell you, nothing showed that more to me than last night. I watched the game. I've watched just about every Chicago game. All the 30-point blowouts, all the 20-point blowouts, all the 14 losses. I seen them all. I saw the 6 wins. I see them all. I seen all of them. So you can't say you ain't watched the game. I done watched all of them. My wife makes me watch them, but I be like, why? Why? But then I be intrigued. So I saw watching, I be like, you know what? This is intriguing. Like last night, right? Angel Reese struggled the whole game last night. Struggled the whole game. Had 4 straight turnovers. Now, mind you, when Cardosa came in the game, Cardosa, they went on a run. Rebecca Allen was hitting everything. I mean, it was just falling for her last night. Everything she shot, she was hitting everything. Angel Reese struggled. She had less than 10 points until the end. She struggled last night. Anybody that said did not watch that game. First half, she struggled. As a matter of fact, the commentators were saying, hey, she's hurt. She feels bad. Something's wrong. Something's off. She was pouting half the game. Right? Half the game she was not having a great game at all. What did she shoot last night? Let's go. Cause I want to Angel Reese fans, y'all gotta break out. You know, I'm here to bring you down to reality. I'm here to remind you what the earth is. You know what I'm saying? What the earth is. So I was sitting there watching the game. And I was like, no, she's not having a good game. And I was interested to see how she would be able to handle the success. How would she be able to handle the success? Right? How would she handle the success? And them girls did Angel Reese the first half. How would she be able to handle it? She got a new shoe out. Reebok just put out a new shoe. 2K26, which I got an issue with 2K. We're going to deal with that too. I got a lot of clips I need to chip. Because I've been thinking about this stuff all night, right? I got an issue with 2K too. 2K, I'm mad. And I ain't even an Angel Reese fan like that. Like, I support everyone for doing what they do, right? But 2K, your rationale behind it was trash, right? And I think, Angel, if your team is listening, they should look at how 2K answered this question. And we'll get to that in a second. Right? She had a bad game last night, but she shot 60%. But this is the thing, right? Even with her having a bad game, the first 3 quarters, and this is what I tell y'all about Angel Reese. This is one thing I do like about her, right? Because y'all think I just hate the girl. I don't hate the girl. You know what I'm saying? I actually like her a lot. You know what I'm saying? She gives me a lot of content. You know what I'm saying? I actually like her. She's intriguing. I like intriguing characters. She's an intriguing character, right? But after the success and after all God is great and he brought me from a mighty place. You know what I'm saying? I was down in the hood and he brought me to where I am now. Hallelujah. That, she was doing that, what you're doing? That was blessed last night. So give me a testimony. Dreams can happen, girls, ladies, anybody. If I can do it, we all can do it. Oh, thank you, Jesus. She's a Christian last night till she got her, she even apologized to the coach. She apologized, said, hey, that won't happen again. She said the coach wouldn't let her apologize, but she tried. You know what I'm saying? She found the Lord yesterday. All the blessings of the Lord is here. The blessings of the Lord. All of them were there with Adrian yesterday. This is the best week of her life. Best days of her life right now. Right? And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I am definitely here for it. I'm here for it. Hallelujah. But listen, Adrian Reese gets out yesterday, and she has a bad game. She's having a bad game. She's turning the ball over. She leads the league in turnovers. She's not focused. And in the third quarter, around the third, I think it's third, maybe early fourth, I think it's third quarter, late third quarter, she has like 3-4 bad turnovers, back to back to back to back. And I sit there and I put on Facebook, I said, hey, I put on Twitter and I go X and I say, yo, Tyler Marsh, I get it, but don't you think you need to put Cardoso back in the game right now? Right? I literally, I'm sitting in the third quarter, I'm like, okay, you guys have played well. Y'all have, but y'all done lost the league. Don't you think you need to put Cardoso back in the game? Right? Just maybe, she's kind of having a good game. You might want to play her. You got a chance to win this one. You got a chance. And I put around yesterday. Go look at it. Hold on. Can we share the screen? Let's split it. Let's split. I want to show you because I want you guys to think I'm telling the story. Run the split. If you look at the split screen, yesterday, I come in yesterday, and I legitimately say, oh no, it's not coming up. It's not showing up. Put it up. It's not showing up. That's fine. Go back to me. I legitimately say that, and if you're not my friend on X, make sure you guys add me on X. Right? So I legitimately on X come back and I say, hey. I said, listen. I said, Tyler Marsh. I'm gonna read it since we can't pull it up. Let's go, I'll read it. I come on X and I say, Tyler Marsh. I said, listen, Tyler. I said, you're because I saw it back to back. I said, Angel Reese just had 4 straight turnovers. Because Tyler Marsh just refusing to put Camila Cardoso back in the game. I don't understand. Somebody explain the game plan because I'm lost. Right? Because I sat there and watched it. I watched the game and I saw what she did back to back to back to back. And she was pouting, right? You know what Tyler Marsh did? He brought Cardoso back in the game. At the end of the game, this is true story. I did not make this up. At the end of the game, Angel Reese has a contact eye to eye, and she's holding the contact in her hand. This is true story. I cannot make this up. This is how much they believe in Angel Reese. She has a contact in her hand. She gets the rebound. I'm seeing her get the contact in her hand, gets the rebound. She goes and gives the contact to Tyler Marsh, hands it to her coach, and they run a play for her. I could not believe this. I was like, yeah, this is different. This is different. Hey, this is true story. Angel Reese had just lost the contact. If you watch the game, you know I'm telling the truth. Angel Reese had just lost the contact, and she's holding the contact in her hand. The ball comes, and I gotta give her props. This is why I say I don't hate her. But it was fascinating. She's a fascinating watch. I got a props. She got the rebound with the contact in her hand. Got the rebound. Passed the ball, ran to the coach, and gave him the contact. Y'all know the contact that goes in your eyes, right? Gave her the contact, her eye contact. Gave her the contact, ran down the court, and they ran a play for her. They ran a high screen and roll. And we can't get Caitlin the ball. I'm like, man, the first thing that popped in my mind was, how the heck does they run a play for Angel Reese and she just lost the contact? And we got Caitlin Clark and we don't want her to have the ball. I'm like, man, this is unbelievable. This has to be a joke. Tyler Marsh ran a play for her. I was like, what? This is true story. If you did not watch the game, just say you did what? I watched the game last night. This is true story. And guess what she did? She got an L1 and they won the game. She got an L1 and she scored the last 3 possessions they gave Angel Reese the ball. Angel Reese scored 5 points. And they won the game. I was like, man, this beats all. And as an Indiana Fever fan, a Caitlin Clark fan, I'm sitting there like, are you serious? And then it hit me. I said, Angel Reese has a support system that no one else in the league had. Caitlin Clark wished she had that type of support system. Caitlin Clark ain't never had a support system. This is a true story. I am not making it up. Angel Reese lost her contact, got a rebound, throw it to a coach, gave the contact to a coach. Here, you hold this. And he called to play for her. He called to play for her. I could not make it up. And she hit it. I'm sitting up here like, this is just the best week of this girl's life ever. As a bona fide Angel Reese troller, you know what I'm saying? I have to be like, I ain't nothing I can do. You know what I'm saying? I can't say much. I can't say much. I can't say much. Other than this, you guys are still 6-14. You know what I'm saying? You still got one of the worst teams in the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? You still got and what she is, and people are like, oh, she's a superstar. She's transcendent. She's changing the game. I said she's Bradley Beal. I want all the smoke. Bradley Beal. They're like, what is it? I'm like, yo, she's Draymond. Bradley Beal. What you mean, King? Bradley Beal was an amazing player on a bad team. But when you really go against a good team and you need to be a great player on a good team, you just you be like, he really not all that good. He okay. He all right. I mean, he's serviceable. He's the best player on the bad team. But when you were able to play against the good teams, what we see from Bradley Beal since he's been on the Phoenix Suns was, hey, Bradley, we need you to ball against these good teams where we're playing for something. Nowhere to be found. Bradley went to playoffs, played a playoff team. Nowhere to be found. Nah. We need you, Bradley. You go to Washington, 30 points a game. Okay, so be there, Bradley. It's just hilarious. I'm sorry. That's funny. So Angel Reese's Pieces, enjoy. Let me say this. Congratulations. Let me first say this. Really deep down on the side. Give it a hand clap. Congratulations. You deserve it. Now, the 2K26 cover. Now, I'm going to sound like a hater here, but I'm not hating. I don't think you really deserve that, but you got it. So congratulations. You got it. And I know y'all going to hate. Well, I usually did now, but you got it. And 2K kind of said the same thing, right? And I was reading the article. See, I read a lot, y'all. I read a lot of stuff. I read a lot. All right, that's my broadcast journalism background. So I read a lot. So I was reading an article for Vibe magazine, right? And it was talking about the 2K, how Angel Reese got the 2K cover over Caitlin Clark. This is your story, right? So 2K comes out and they ask the devs at 2K. I don't know if they asked Ronnie or whoever they're talking to. But at Reese's Pieces, If I was y'all, I would really be upset with how 2K answered this question. You know what I'm saying? If I was Reese Pieces, I really want you to answer this question. I want y'all to. I'm gonna read the article, and I felt some type of way. So I know Reese Pieces, y'all gonna feel a type of way. Okay, this is the article for Vibe magazine. This is the article. Can we split? Our split screen haven't been working great. So can we split it? Can we try it? I told you I'll take my time today, guys. I'm giving y'all 2 hours a day. We into it. We into it. So let's see if they give us our split screen now. Let's see if it's in a row. We'll give it a second to see if it pops up. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, show Google Chrome. All right, there we go. Vibe magazine. This is by Vibe magazine. This is what Vibe magazine had to say. So, the title: Why was Angel Reese picked over Caitlin Clark for NBA 2K26 cover? The executives explain. Now, y'all gotta read this. Like, this is a phenomenal read. Listen, let's read. Let's go to it. NBA 2K season is almost here, and the popular video game company unveiled its cover stars for the NBA 2K26 this week. Reigning MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Hall of Fame inductee Carmelo Anthony, and WNBA star Angel Reese. Now, let's start there. Now, you got the MVP is Shai, Hall of Fame inductee Carmelo, and then you have Angel Reese. Now, this is not King, so don't throw the hate at me. I'm just the messenger, right? So, many fans question how the Chicago Sky Forward got the nod over Caitlin Clark. And an NBA 2K executive explained why in a new interview. All right? Now, this is what he says. And I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? And me as a supporter of my people, I had to go to color for this because I didn't even like it. I didn't like it. This is a supporter. This is what they said. Well, we're never scared to start conversation. This is what Zach Armitage, Senior Vice President and General Manager of the NBA 2K and 2K Sports Lab, told journalist Mark Griffin. So we got everybody documented here. He said, that's part of our game. It often provokes debate and conversation. Basketball is full of it. And that's what's fun about sports, as well as being a fan of it. So we never shy away from that. Now, let me say this. He is right. I love it. That's why I decided to talk sports. Because I love it. It's debate. It's what we do. Ultimately, Armitage stated, I hope I said that man right, name right, stated that the relationship 2K had with Reese over the years is what led to getting her the cover. Much like he said about SGA earlier in the interview. It's something that we built up to, he stated. We had a great relationship with Angel, and we learned her on and off the court style. She's willing to provoke conversation and be audacious too. So this year, we're really excited to partner with her. It felt like the right time. Reese joins an elite class of WNBA talent who've graced 2K covers ever since their rosters were featured in the game as a 2K20. It began with Candace Parker, Hall of Famer, champion. Then we did it. Followed by Donna Taurasi, Hall of Famer, champion. Sue Bird, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all time. 2K23, Sabrina Eskinu, Hall of Famer. Angel Wilson, Hall of Famer, champion. Sabrina Eskinu, Hall of Famer, champion. The 23-year-old Hooper has already left her mark on the W. Earning her, which is her second All-Star now, a rookie season, and set the single rebounds. This past May, she surpassed Tina Charles as the fastest player for 500 points and 500 rebounds. Good job. The following month, she became the fastest forward, the third fastest overall in WNBA history to record a triple-double. The third fastest overall to record a triple-double with a stellar performance with 78-66 with the Connecticut. Who was the first? Who was the first? Did they come out the same year? Okay. The Clark is often considered the better. Listen now, I'm just telling y'all, this is what I'm not saying. This is what the article said. The Clark is considered the better player, the face of the WNBA. Reese has continually reminded fans why she cannot be ignored. Their path has run parallel since their legendary college and likely always will, which is what sparks these consistent debate. Clark is a shoo-in for NBA 2K cover at some point in her career as she continues on this trajectory. But Reese has gained another checkbox on her resume that the Indiana Fever guard does not have for the time being. Check out the cover below. She's got next, Asia Reese. Yeah, NBA 2K26 WNBA edition athlete. King, how do you feel about it? How do I feel? Turn the smoke on. I don't think Caitlyn will ever be a 2K. I don't think Caitlyn will want to be a 2K athlete, cover athlete. One thing I'm learning about Caitlyn don't forget it. She sees everything. She sees everything. And unless they make Caitlyn Clark the overall 2K athlete, I mean, for both the men's edition and the women's edition and the special edition, unless they make her, if it's just Caitlyn, if they do Caitlyn Clark like they do Michael Jordan, they get the Caitlyn Clark, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be something like that. I just don't see Caitlyn Clark. Maybe I'm wrong, and I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, and if I'm wrong, I don't mind coming to say. See, this is the thing. I don't have no ego. Oh, I do have ego, but it ain't like, hey, I can't say I'm wrong, right? I just don't see Caitlyn Clark going to try to. I just don't see her wanting to be it right now. I would be surprised if Caitlyn Clark comes out with her own basketball game. I wouldn't be surprised. Because I think Caitlyn Clark looks, and she probably looks. They had a funny, I know it wasn't real. Was it NBA Central? He had a funny little take, and I know it wasn't real. I know, I think it was parody. But they asked Caitlyn Clark's thoughts on Asia Reese getting the cover. Then we have that. Caitlyn Clark's thoughts on Asia Reese getting the cover. And they basically was like, did I bookmark it? I thought I bookmarked it. I think I bookmarked it. No, I didn't. Okay, but NBA Central had their parody account on Twitter. They said, "How does Caitlyn Clark feel about Asia Reese getting the WNBA 2K26 cover?" It's about Caitlyn Clark said first she was she said first she thought she was being pranked. And then first she thought, I don't know that I don't think it's true, right? At first, I don't think it's true. This is Caitlyn said first she thought she was being pranked. But then she's congratulatory towards it anyway. And I thought that was hilariously funny. That was funny, right? But I just think at the end of the day, man, I don't know if I think Caitlyn takes this as a slight. At WNBA 2K26, they took a chance and they do it. Let's be honest, WNBA 2K26, they go after a certain demographic of people, right? They go after my skin color line, right? So we'll see if this resonates to. We'll see if this resonates to game sales, right? We'll see if this resonates to game sales. A lot of people, I've heard both sides. You know what I'm saying? I heard both sides. I heard some people say they're not buying it because of that, or they won't buy the edition. I heard some say boycott. I heard different ones say that. You know what I'm saying? That's their thought process on it. My thought process is, do what you gonna do. I'll play the game regardless. Like, I'm gonna play it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy it. I'm buying it. Now, when I buy the digital edition, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know about the cover edition, but I'm gonna buy it. I buy it. I will say this, 2K, they all need to do a better job of updating the WNBA side of 2K like y'all update the regular side of 2K. Like, y'all should already have Ari Madonna on the Fever. Like, y'all be slipping when it took y'all forever to get the updated rosters. Now we got the updated rosters. Y'all still don't have them. Y'all not like WNBA, the real NBA, a move made, by the next day, y'all got that move already in the game. I need y'all to move with the same urgency on the WNBA side that y'all have on the NBA side. right? Whoever is y'all person that does the roster updates, be on that. David, what's up, my brother? I stayed on long enough just to get you. So how do I feel about it? Reese's Pieces, she had the best week of her life. But I understand this, Reese's Pieces. It's ebbs and flows. It's ups and downs. It's mountain peaks and it's valleys. Right? And it's valley lows. Like y'all reckon right now, this is 14. Love you. Love you. It's your boy, King Joe. Thank you guys so much. I gave y'all 2 hours today. 2 hours. Y'all been rocking with me for 2 hours. I love it, man. Majority of you guys have been rocking with me for 2 hours. Reese's Pieces, I know y'all was waiting. I gave you an hour Reese's Pieces. I ain't teach you. You ain't gonna get as much as Caitlin, but I gave it to you. I didn't teach you. And congratulations. She had the best week of her life right now. You know, and what I am upset about, you know what I'm saying? I am upset about, listen, Tyler Marsh and the Chicago Sky have an atmosphere where they all in on Angel, and Indiana said they're all in on Angel, but Stephanie Westhead White does not seem to be all in on Caitlin. They're not getting the same. And I'm going to say this too. A lot of society is kind of not in on Caitlin like that either. Element, what's going on? Right? That's why us Caitlin Clark fans, Indiana Fever fans, we got to stick together. We got to stick together. We show up. Unlike the Reese's Pieces, we show up offline, online, at the games, at the stores. We got to continue to uphold Caitlin. We got to continue to pray for her. One thing I do like about the Reese's Pieces, they uphold Angel. Reese's Pieces, y'all continue to uphold y'all girl. I know, right? It does look, that's what I was going for. I was going for, hey, you want smoke? We got something. That's what I was going for, David. But we're going to get uphold. Thank y'all for watching the Smoke Show. Much love. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me for 2 hours. I told my wife one of these nights I'm gonna do like a long stream, like if Indiana win the championship, y'all already know I said I'm doing a 24-hour live stream. Straight 24 hours. If you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe button, it would mean so much if you guys could hit the like and subscribe button. We appreciate you guys for that. Thank you guys for rocking with me. I'm your boy, King Joe. Listen, go for your goals. Always go for your goals. Don't never stop. Don't let the haters stop you. Find your circle like Angel Reese. You know what I'm saying? Find your support system like Chicago. Not like Indiana right now. Indiana they gotta make up some stuff. Whether you do good or you do bad, they with you. They're gonna keep giving you the ball. They want the ball in your hand. Not like Stephanie White that's looking to take the ball out your hand when you're at your best. Go for your goals. Don't let them stop you. Don't let these bad coaches stop you from being great. I love each and every one of you guys. Element, thank you. Dave, what's good, my brother? Anti-Federalist, what's up? Patrick, thank you. Jehovah, thank you. August Mets, thank you. MJL, thank you. Jeff Blaze. Man, I appreciate you guys so much in the chat for holding me down every time I come on. It means a lot. GH Sense, thank you. Positive or negative, man, I thank you guys for interacting with me, for engaging with me. You guys are making my dreams come true. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Much love. It's your boy, King Joe. Smoke Show. We out. Dave, thanks for coming back through, my brother. Sync. Just a kid.